OK, it will be a first home match in charge for the new Hearts head coach, Ian Cathro. Partick Thistle, the visitors at Tynecastle. The last 4 games between these sides had all ended in Hearts victories. Commentary comes from Paul Mitchell.
Ian Cathro lost his first match in charge at Ibrox. This is his first home game. 2 changes, Liam Smith and Principal Avon come in for Faisal Reyes and Robbie Muirhead. Alan Archibald makes a trio of changes after the loss against Celtic. Danny Devine, Adi Aziz and Ryan Edwards replace Amu, Erskine and Gordon. It's Don Cowie. It's a decent ball across Callum Patterson. Hearts top goal scorer this season, Callum Patterson. Scored when these sides met back in August. Jim Patterson, always looking to come forward. Smith on his outside. Smith. Booth went to ground, didn't get enough of the ball. Liam Smith with a cross, Johnson! 1-0 Hearts. Bjorn Johnson, the goal scorer. Great little cross in. Smith regathered, looked up, it was perfect. The power was on the cross, and Johnson tucked it behind Chernick. Liam Lindsay. Patterson. Wasn't much of a challenge. Here comes Callum Booth. Patterson coming back. Takes a deflection. And Hamilton prevents the goal kick. Shout for handball for 1 or 2 of the Thistle players. Slightly half-hearted. As Callum Patterson just blocked the ball. Came off his side. Patterson. Walker tries to move away from Adriel Osman. It's wide on to Cowie. June waits for it. Brings it down. Good play from June. Outstanding save from Thomas Chernick. June gathered it well. Stepped inside Barton. Strong hand from the keeper. Don Cowie. Aiming for the middle. It's Rossi who's up and off the crossbar. Patterson was in there too. He had his jersey held. Good corner, and Rossi was up. Chernick was beaten. Callum Booth. Going to Ryan Edwards. Back on to Booth. Edwards. Patterson stayed off him. The cross comes in, and Sean Welsh with a header. 2 minutes into the second half, and the lad from Lochend, the former Hibs player Sean Welsh, has Partick Thistle level. Lovely ball in, and the header was enough to beat Jack Hamilton. And Sean Welsh gets Thistle level. Thistle battling and looking stronger. Doolan has it. As he's on his outside. As he's with a chance to give Thistle the lead. And it's off the legs of Jack Hamilton. Well, 2 goals in 21. He's not prolific. Gets into some great positions though. Booth. On to Lindsay. Kitchen. And again it's Partick Thistle who look the hungrier. Ryan Edwards away from Kitchen, let's fly. Well, the last 7 meetings between these sides have been a winner, and Thistle are looking likely to get one here at the moment. Certainly in command. Booth attacking once more. Into middle it goes. Erskine, Booth's calling for it. Comes back to Booth. Off the frame of the goal. Danger not clear. Erskine. Ball turned behind by Suter. Well, Callum Booth, who played in 4 Edinburgh derbies, is loving being at Tynecastle this afternoon. Erskine plays this back to him, but for a whisker, he would have had Partick Thistle ahead. Hearts doing just enough. Booth comes back to him. He's turned into such a prolific attacking presence. That's on to Erskine. Save from Jack Hamilton. Well, Partick Thistle are pressing. And it's the hand of Hamilton that denies Thistle this time. Great effort from Erskine. Sean Welsh. Welsh delivers. Lindsay with the header. Oh, no wonder. He goes down with frustration. Scored against Hearts this season. Inches away there. Well, Hearts have been disjointed in the second half. Thistle Oh, and Archibald will be delighted with the way they played. Erskine threw it to Doolan. Be happy if it's short here. Hamilton with a safe boot. Needed composure. Well, Callum Patterson's complaining, but Doolan looked onside all the way. Played through by Erskine. And Doolan denied by Jack Hamilton.
I thought we were dominant in the second half. Scored a goal at a good time to get us back into the game after a disappointing first half. And then we were on the front foot and we created a number of very, very good chances. Enough to probably win 2 games, and it's hard to do that at Tynecastle. We've done it today, but we never got probably just deserves.
We had some good periods of possession in the opponent's half. We managed to stay there a little bit, and there was some good performances. And in the second half we didn't have that control. It became a game of mayhem.
We had the jeers at the end. Would you ask the fans for patience?
Look, at the end of that, we all feel the same thing. We all feel the same thing, and you know, it's voicing that is completely normal because we all feel the same thing. What we've got to do is stay together and support each other.
Yeah, certainly plenty of voices of disapproval from the home support at the end of that match. A difficult home debut, you'd have to say, for the new Hearts head coach Ian Cathro, Stephen.
Yeah, the scrutiny he's under is incredible, it really is, and I just felt in his interview there, it was a bit awkward. I heard the interview coming in on Off the Ball on the radio yesterday, and I just felt it was awkward, and there he looked a bit downbeat to me.
I mean, on camera there, it didn't look particularly great either. It was a little bit uninspiring. But, you know, look, it was a 1-1 draw against Partick Thistle home. Not a great result, but it wasn't doomsday stuff. And we're going to have a look at some of the things about why it actually ended up in a 1-1 game. Partick Thistle set out on the front foot. This is right from kick-off. Look at the pressure they're putting Hearts under. Not allowing them any space to play. Very much like what Hearts did to Rangers at Tynecastle. But they've got to recognise when you've got time and space like Don Cowie here, you've got to play the ball forward. And see Johnson, see the space, break the line. Forward passes. That's what you've got to do as a midfielder. That's the responsibility you've got. Not doing that, shirking your responsibility and passing it back the way, which allows Partick Thistle to continue that press on you. Then Jack Hamilton plays a lottery ball, which is 50-50, difficult, and it continues that press. Horrible bits of play. Here again, Perry Kitchen. Time, space, there's the ball. Play forward instead of playing the simple ball back to the back line. Again, zoom, time, space. There's no direct play into feet. Play the ball into the corner, stretch the game. They're playing into Partick Thistle's hand here, and eventually they almost get a shot off here with Aziz dropping his shoulder. On this occasion, it's not even a particularly good ball, but Smith plays it up and Johnson makes something out of it. Don Cowie gets up on the second ball, then they get a bit of space, they turn the opposition. Partick Thistle's midfield have to now go back the way. That's what you want. Your midfielders controlled possession in the opposition half. It allows you then to build the game. Smith picks the ball up and you can start to puncture the opposition and penetrate. Hume gets into the edge of the box and you get a pass into Johnson, who almost gets a shot here, but Partick Thistle are having to scatter and get clear of their lines. And that's that to me was the real the breakdown of the game. You know, Ian Cathro spoke about the game being mayhem and broken. The reason it was broken was because Hearts didn't seem to have a structure or an idea how to break that press from Partick Thistle.
And Partick Thistle deserve huge credit for this, Michael.
Of course they do. You know, and in the second half, a lot of people spoke about the first half being quite good for Hearts. The difference was that in the second half, Partick Thistle started to get an end product to the pressure that they put on. This is the goal, a wonderful finish. But these are the things that catch people's eyes. Again, look, very similar to the first half, breaking them down, winning the ball. Aziz through on goals. This time he has a shot. Great save from Jack Hamilton again. But very similar to that first half. Ball into the box this time. Eventually this comes back out and Callum Booth has a wonderful strike that comes off the crossbar. But you know, that to me was the difference. These are the things that catch people's eye. Erskine with a great drop of the shoulder and a great save from Jack Hamilton as well.
To run the risk of being repetitious, Partick every single week when I watch them have 3 or 4 opportunities in a game to win it, and they end up drawing it or losing it. They have to start taking these opportunities or they're going to remain down the bottom of the table. Just
to bring it back to Ian Cathro, what have we learned from this weekend, Michael? And also, is there a fear there could be a rush to judgment and a tendency to treat him more harshly just because he's come into this management game differently? Well,
look, I think, you know, to ignore that fact would be to ignore reality that he's going to be under scrutiny, but we're not learning anything different there. To what I'm talking about there is basics. You know, you learn that as a 12-year-old to stretch the game, to turn the opposition. And for me, that's just a case of getting the message out there. It just looked to me as if Hearts didn't really have a clear plan of what they were trying to do.
OK,